Hello people, welcome to a continuation to the video that I uploaded not yesterday but the day before on Saturday about getting some iOS 4.3 apps running on and 4.2 apps running on iOS 4.1, and I've got even more apps of course, so let's go into here. So, one of the ones I've got is Pixel Gun 3D, believe it or not, was available on 4.3. It's a bit broken on here, though. Get me a comparison, just so you can tell. So, I'm sorry, I can say I dropped it. But the comparison is going to be it on this iPhone 4 that I've got, which is where I got the file from. Here it is during the game, if you saw that for a second, but if you look and wait and mute or just press that, yeah, it's a bit broken. This will become even more apparent once I've got into the game. That it's actually pretty much everything. So on here it looks like that. On here it looks like this. Yeah, it's a bit broken, but maybe it's because it's not on a retina display. I don't know. It seems a bit ridiculous. So I can't even. The shoot button just sort of doesn't work. Whilst on here, it works flawlessly. Also, I like the fact that the zombie pigment texture is used here from Minecraft. So yeah, and yeah, I mean it's a completely different game to what it is now, really. And then, as you might be able to tell, the next one is Subway Surfers. It actually runs on here as well, which is cool. I sort of had the feeling it was 4.3, and yes, it is a 4.3. Therefore, it can run on 4.2 or 4.1, as long as it's an ARM v7, which this is. This is an iPod Touch 3rd gen. So that's good to know. If you tap, you get it. It's just that. Once you've seen it, you've seen the rest. Now, a bit off topic. Well, I say a bit off topic. It's not that off topic. Here's Candy Crush on here, which the lowest it supports is actually 3.2. Cool, am I right? But reason why I'm talking about it being lowest for 3.2 is actually because of this. So I tried to get in and to die to run on here because the minimum it requires is 3.2. It's not an exclusive iPad app. And yeah, so I changed the version down and have a look at Earn to Die. It runs. It just takes like forever to load though. But yeah, Candy Crush works on here, of course. Not surprised, considering it requires 3.2. Next, here's one that quite surprised me. Geometry Dash. Now this is probably one of the few games that I actually care about the version, mostly because there's not that many maps. Like this is like the full version. There's like barely any maps. But yeah, here's Earn to Die on the original iPhone on iOS 3.1.2. It is slow to load, as I did say, but it works. technically. Yeah. Oh, this is low on battery. Don't want it to run out. So, yeah, I think you get the point. So, that's all cool, isn't it? But I was also thinking the same logic for Candy Crush. As you can see, I've got it here on the home screen, and it crashes. Also, not anywhere near as remotely exciting, but I've got Jetpack Joyride. This requires 3.1.3. I'm on 3.1.2, so it works. I'm very unsurprisingly, if I'm being honest. But yeah, so not really much to say about that. But I don't really know that many 3.2 universal apps, as I'm going to call them, as in like iPad and iPhone apps. But yeah, on to the next one, I guess. Now I've put this on charge. Is GTA. I've got GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas on here as well. I've not actually gone into the actual game, so I don't actually know if it actually works, but I've been in like the menu screen and it at least didn't crash. So yeah. So here's Jetpack Joyride. You know, I've never really played Jetpack Joyride, really. So, well, I have. I think I've already mentioned this on my podcast. By the way, a little bit of self-promotion. But I've got a podcast, and episode 5 came out yesterday. But yeah, Jetpack Joyride works on here. Nice prize, as I said. Also tried talking Leela, but the identifier thing, I don't know what you call it, had the word iPad, which is probably why it's not running. But yeah, look, GTA 3, exciting, alright. So yeah, I've got quite a few apps. Anything else? I've got Cops and Robbers on here, but it crashes, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I also tried, where is it? Here it is, an older version of Real Racing 3. This is 1.0.2. Before I was using 1.3.5. And has anything changed? Does it now work? The answer is, unfortunately, no. It will, be about a minute on this loading screen, and then it'll crash. Quite sad, but that's how it is, unfortunately. That's literally like the only few apps that don't work. I don't think Cops and Robbers actually works on iOS 4. Do I have a passcode? I have a passcode on here. Sorry. I don't think Cops and Robbers actually works on here, despite it being a 4.3. Yeah, it also crashes. Yeah, and there crashes on here. I've got more apps installed on here that require like iOS 3 as well, or just normal iOS 4.0. But yeah, I've pretty much covered everything there is to say as far as I'm aware. Clash of Clans, latest version 4.3. So theoretically, it should be able to run on here. It's just it's a bit pointless because the servers, it's not gonna be able to connect to the servers, unfortunately. But oh well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got pretty much every app for 4.3 working on installed on here that I care about, to say that. But yeah, really, at the end of the day, I've managed to sort of done a discovery, but not really. I mean, it was just a person who's trying to get Minecraft working on 4.1, and then I just tried it with other apps. Whatever. Okay, I wouldn't necessarily say I discovered this, but I mean, I've tried it with a decent amount of apps. But yeah, okay. I think you've heard enough of me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.